Hey y'all, it's DJ Kitty.
And Miss Morningstar.
And you are tuned into Our Plugs, a community connection, where culture, commerce, and community come together on one powerful platform.
Absolutely. This is a show that connects Black and minority-owned businesses, nonprofit organizations, entrepreneurs, community leaders, and change makers all in one place. We don't just talk, we build, we uplift, and we plug you into the resources that help our community grow.
Yep. From business ownership and financial empowerment to mental health, education, arts, culture, and justice. This is a space where real conversations meet real solutions.
I know that's right. So wherever you're listening, whether it's from home, at work, or on the move, stay locked in because you're officially plugged into Our Plugs, the community connection.
Now let's get into today's show. Good morning, Holly Springs, Mississippi. Good morning, Memphis, Tennessee. Today is Wednesday. We were on vacation. Yes, we had a bit of a vacation, and we're back. We are back. We have a great show lined up for our listeners out there in Memphis, Tennessee, and Holly Springs, Mississippi. Today is How's Your Mental Health? Caring for everyone else, mental health for nurses. And of course, we have our resident counselor, Nikki, as well as Mrs. Shanika Jack joining us to get into the weeds of it all. So grab you a cup of coffee, come on in, relax, and get ready for a great show. I also want to say good evening to our family and friends on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being a part of our journey. We appreciate you guys for being here. We really and truly do. All right. Here's your reminder to drink your 16 ounces of water as soon as you wake up first thing in the morning. Take your morning medication. Go ahead and take your vitamins to make sure that you're good and healthy, and eat you a delicious breakfast first thing in the morning. Let's get the blood flowing in the right direction and get ready for an amazing show. I'm going to turn it all over to Miss Morningstar for those morning affirmations. You know, those affirmations that keep us going and keep us on the right path. Miss Morningstar, she delivers every single time. Good morning, Miss Morningstar. How are you?
I could be better.
She's great, except she's going to throw her.
Yes, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday, y'all, hump day. So yeah, we had a bit of a little break from, it went quick. It always go quick when you have a holiday.
2 hours went like that.
It was like, what? I blinked and it was over. So, but welcome back, everybody. Let's get into some good affirmations to start out your Wednesday. Get you rolling. It's midweek, so we got 2 more days till you know what I love, Friday. So let's get into it. 20 affirmations that will elevate your life. So your life is full of exciting purposes, exciting changes. You have a lot of energy, a lot of things, life goals, things that's happening around you. So these affirmations are going to help you elevate that to the next level. You want to stay positive, build positive energy, surround yourself with positive energy, and set your mind to whatever you want to achieve. Set your goals. So let's get into these affirmations Sorry, I got family here. And we'll go through it to build up your pot to elevate your life. So number 1, no matter how hard I may fall, I get back up, dust myself off, and go at it again. I love that one. It's a song with that. Remember Aaliyah's song?
Dust yourself off and try again.
Dust yourself off and try again. Yeah. Man. I consciously release the past and live only in the present, and live only in the present. The way I get to enjoy and experience life is to the fullest. I like that too. I am loved, smart, and capable of achieving whatever I choose. I conquer all challenges with ease and have the support and guidance to do so. I am true to myself and my confidence shines through. I am committed to taking action, knowing all my needs will be taken care of by the universe. I am visual. I visualize all that I desire, and I have complete control over manifesting it all. My life is free from negativity and drama, and I surround myself with light and love. I'm excited for today. I am choosing joy today. I am a wonderful person. I have a happy heart, and I'm capable of anything. There you go.
I like
Those are your affirmations for this Wednesday to elevate your life.
absolutely. I see you in the box, Ali. Don't change anything else, okay? Welcome in, folks. Let's go ahead and hop into this weather. Holly Springs, today you have a high of 85, a low of 69. Feels like 89 during the day, 70 at night, with a 35% chance of rain. Winds are out of the south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Scattered showers and thunderstorms are on the forecast in the afternoon. Humidity is high during the day and very high at night, so be careful out there, please. Memphis, Tennessee, today you have a high of 86, a low of 70. Feels like 90 during the day, 72 at night, with a 24% chance of rain. Winds are out of the south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. You may have a stray shower or even a thunderstorm in the afternoon. Humidity is high during the day and very high at night. Houston, H-Town, hot Houston. Today we have a high of 81, a low of 70. Feels like 85 during the day, 79 at night, with a 59% chance of rain. Winds are out of the south-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Humidity is very high, but it's going to be a beautiful day. Get out there and enjoy your day. We do have rain in the forecast in Houston, and when I tell you it got down last week, I mean just that. It rained so hard. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we in for one more
One
round
more
today.
round.
I
Yeah.
think it's coming, maybe today.
Yeah. So I'm going to
Yeah.
say this. If you have small animals, please put them up because the gators are out. And that is not even a
So
joke.
my friend took a picture of one right there in front of the Walmart over here around the corner from me.
Not at Wally World.
It was that Wally World, but it was gone. It was gone. It was gone with the ancestors. Somebody probably had hit it with a car,
Baby.
but it was a big one. It was a big boy.
That'll tear your car right on up. Yeah. In our area, we suffer with snakes, rattlesnakes. I actually ran over a rattlesnake years ago in right down the street from Miss Morningstar's house. Yes, a rattlesnake. Yes, ma'am. We have gators and we have wild hogs. And a wild hog will tear your baby.
From the
Do
rooter
not
to the tutor.
tear your tear the what is it
The
called?
rooter to the
Out of your
tutor.
car will tear it right on off. Okay. So please be careful. This rain is no joke. Not only turn around, don't drown. If you cannot see the sidewalk, don't drive through that water. Please.
No,
It floods down here. But that is your weather. Watch out for the gators, watch out for the wild hogs, and watch out for the rattlesnakes. It's lovely living in Texas. It really is. We only encounter them all the time. That's all. Not sometime, all the time. But yes, that is your weather for today. Now let's go ahead and get into some news that you can use. I only have a couple stories, Miss Morningstar, and one is pretty serious. Well, both of them are pretty serious. Did you want to start or do you want me to start?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I wanted to start with this article about the CDC. Okay. CDC is asking for their staff to volunteer to help with Ebola screenings at airports amid outbreak. Huh. Well, you know, I have all kinds of mixed emotions and feelings about the CDC because didn't they like gut a lot of the CDC? I can hear that, Miss Morris. Didn't they gut a lot of the CDC's employees and lay them off and do away with a lot of the CDC funding? And now you want those same people, not those same people because they're without jobs, but whomever's else is left to go and volunteer to help for Ebola screening at airports. The way I would tell them people, get somebody else to do it, I would say it with my full chest. Matter of fact, I would just
That's
quit.
wild. That's wild.
Let me go ahead and read this article to you guys so you understand what I'm talking about.
Here we go again.
The CDC sent an urgent request to its workforce to recruit personnel to help screen passengers coming from Central Africa for any potential signs of Ebola illness, according to an internal email to staff obtained by ABC News. Now, why would you have to ask people to volunteer if you had left them all employed? I don't know of any job that I would ever go back to and volunteer after they laid me off. I wouldn't do it.
Pay the people. They
don't even want to pay the people. And now do you want people to volunteer? Okay. Yeah. Anyway, the email was sent by acting CDC director Jay. I wish I would try and say this last name. Starts with a B. A HHS official confirmed the authenticity of the letter to ABC News. Yeah, it's real. Last week, the CDC temporarily barred entry of non-U.S. citizen travelers who had previously visited the Democratic Republic of Congo, Uganda, or South Sudan in the last 21 days rather. And I understand that. They should, because you never know who's been exposed. But did they let them people get off that ship and go to my home state of Nebraska? Yeah. What? Maybe, just maybe, if, Shaky Kennedy hadn't, fired, and they hadn't fired and unemployed all those people, maybe you'd have the staff you need in order to deal with a epidemic.
Right. I think so.
So there is an outbreak in the DRC and Uganda, and there's risk for the U.S. There's risk for the U.S. for Ebola, and there's also risk for the U.S. for any disease because we don't have proper staffing at the CDC. I'm going to say it because I ain't scared.
Right. Well, it's true.
When you let go of your staff, and what are we supposed to do? Guess to see, maybe, just maybe, if, we may not get a disease. Diseases are the norm. You have loosened regulations for air, water, food. You told people not to get vaccines. What? When you see it in your face and you think that it's not happening, please think again. Please wear your mask, wear your gloves, wash your hands as well as your body. I shouldn't have to tell people to wash their bodies, but I'm gonna put that out there. Wear your gloves and your mask, please. And protect yourselves, because this is ridiculous. Now they need volunteers. Let me finish this article really quick. CDC staff are being recruited to these airports across job series and pay grades, according to the email. Nope. That would be a no for me. Including public health advisors and emergency management specialists, as well as licensed medical providers. No. No. Get Shaky Kennedy to go down there and scream.
Send Barron down there. He's a good, strong buck.
Yep. Send them down there to go and scream.
Yeah, send strong bucks. What about all the Patriots? Put them all down there.
Put them down there. Put the J6ers.
All the strong back Patriots, big bucks. They can get down there and they can do hard work, get down in the nitty gritty, right?
Absolutely. I don't think that it should be anybody else. Yeah. Y'all had the big, brilliant idea to go and lay all these people off, and now you need help.
Mm-hmm.
Wear your mask, please. These staff will work to observe passengers for signs of illnesses, check temperatures for signs of fever, and refer any ill passengers for further assessment. The way I would tell them people, no, I ain't gonna be able to do it. I'm just not gonna be able to do it. I don't want to, because you've let all the people who actually have the knowledge on how to handle this you've pretty much let them go because you thought that you were smarter. Baby, no. All right, that's what I wanted to bring to your attention. Please, gloves, mask, wash your hands, wash your bodies, and stay away from large crowds because we don't have a government that's protecting us. We have a well, I digress. I could say a lot of things, but that's all I'm gonna say for now. Um, the next one that I wanted to talk about, Miss Morningstar, was the Congressional Black Caucus is presses companies in the U.S. to oppose Republican redistricting push. And I agree with that. I don't think I'm going to support any company that is behind redistricting. That means that I will not be buying whatever it is.
Do they have a list?
I don't, let me see. I
we
don't
have a list because, you
list.
know, we good to boycott somebody. So
well, let me get into it because, yeah, there is a bit of a list. I see a bit of a list. The Congressional Black Caucus on Tuesday called on major corporations across the U.S., including those that previously expressed support for voting rights and racial justice, to oppose redistricting efforts by Republican-led states that seek to eliminate majority Black U.S. House districts. And of course, that means they don't want representation of people of color. In a letter sent to more than 250 companies, members of the Black Caucus urged them to condemn the redistricting efforts, which the lawmakers described as coordinated efforts to silence Black voices at the ballot box. Y'all know what they're doing. This is nothing new. Unfortunately, folks hired a man who only thinks that white people should be able to vote and live in peace, period. Some of the companies had co-signed their own message to Congress 5 years ago, urging lawmakers to pass the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. Why do we need an act to be able to vote? We are humans. We live in this country. We pay taxes in this country. Why do we need an act to tell folks to allow us to vote?
We got to go through the law.
Why do we need an act to tell people not to lynch us? Anyway, I digress. The 2021 Coalition Business for Voting Rights was backed by many of the country's most valuable and influential companies, including Apple, Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, Tesla, Salesforce, Target, PayPal, Intel, and Starbucks. That was in 2021. Now, of these companies that I just mentioned, which ones are still supporting? Let's see. Is Apple supporting?
Amazon.
Is Amazon supporting? Is Meta supporting? How about Microsoft? How about Tesla? How about Target? What about PayPal? All of these companies have bent the knee to the man with the black hands. Yeah. Who's happy about this? Only those who support white supremacy. Yes, I said it and I meant it. I meant every syllable. 2021, they were supporting the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. It's 2026, and now they bent the knee to the man with the black hands. Boy, I tell you, money is the root to all evil. That's all I really wanted to talk about. Miss Morningstar, go ahead and take over. I know you.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. So at least South Carolina did put their foot down. The South Carolina Republicans, they said, no, we ain't going for this redistricting. It is Jim Crow law. Y'all trying to bring that back, and we not going for it. So they fighting against it. So that was good to hear in the news that they literally went against it.
As well as Louisiana. Louisiana voted no on all those amendments.
Good.
Yes.
And something with Mississippi too. Was Scott Collins? I heard he's doing well. So
yeah, he is doing well. You know, we had him on, so we need to bring him back.
We need to touch back bases with him.
Yes, we do. We do.
Keep doing it, y'all. Today was voting day in Texas. So
yeah. Well, it was primaries for the Republicans.
It was the runoffs.
It was a runoff for the Republicans, and some runoff
For
for it was
Democrats too.
Al Green and
Menifee.
Menifee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
A
and
couple
they're
other
not in my
people.
district, so I can't vote for them. So
Yeah, it was for them. I went.
of course you did. Yes.
Oh yeah, I ain't
Yeah.
working this. But yeah, so you guys know, y'all heard that the U.S. they supposed to be on a ceasefire, but your boy struck Iran, south side of Iran. So Iran is accusing the U.S. of a grave violation of the ceasefire deal. So what we know about that today is that Iran is accusing the U.S. on Tuesday of a grave violation, the ceasefire deal. You know, U.S. is acting as if it was self-defense, strikes overnight targeting Iran forces. I don't know. Marco Rubio says an agreement with Iran is still possible. Yeah, what agreement? Because from what I just heard, y'all, I heard basically the agreement that he is coming back with, or the deal he is trying to make, is way worse than any deal we've already had. So yes, they would be able to keep some of their nuclear power, which we already knew. He's not a deal maker.
What was the point?
It was no point. He was trying to flex. He thought that he was going to go into Iran like he did Venezuela, and it was going to be easy peasy. And Iran had way more power than he imagined or thought. He'd been lying to everybody, telling everybody that he's dismantled their military when they are still going strong. And they're ready to fight. They're ready now, and who knows if a deal will get done. You just boom boom there. You just boom boom them. You broke the ceasefire deal.
I mean, do they even talk to each other? Do they even have conferences and say, "Hey,
I'm telling you, they playing Battleship."
Pete,
Congress,
put the bottle down. Put the bottle down right quick. What we gonna do?
Everybody home early, because so they would not be able to vote on this whole bill that they were trying to stop him from all this extra war power stuff he was doing. They Magic Mike, what we call him, Grinder Mike. Grinder Mike sent him home early, sent everybody home early so he can get on Grinder, baby, because he was eager. It was the weekend, baby. He was trying to make him some calls. But I digress. Anyway,
Sick of you.
Yeah. So that's where we are in this country right now with that. We don't know what Iran gonna do. They gonna do something. I mean, you came for them, they got to come back for you.
Miss Morningstar, I agree with that, but have you noticed that over the weekend, I just kept getting these alerts about folks, going off by the White House, What's going on?
I mean, allegedly somebody got pew-pewed, and, I mean, I ain't seen nobody. I ain't seen no evidence.
I seen a reporter she was reporting, and then all of a sudden they heard all those shots in the air, and they decided that she dropped down. And I don't blame her. I would have fell to the ground.
Yeah, you hear that? You drop.
Stop, drop, and roll. Don't put your head up. You got air crawl. Yes, yeah. Get on out the way.
And that's right.
She did exactly what she was supposed to do.
Get up out of there.
Because there's no trying to look through the windows and see. No, we get down.
We heard it. That's all we need.
That's all I needed. I just heard the shot, so I'm
I heard that was happening.
In the comments, please. Hey, my veterans first. Let's take a quick commercial break, and then we can come back and get into it. You are listening to Our Plugs, the community connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Advertising with Our Plugs. The community connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
Carter's Caring Hands is here to serve the communities here in Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids, Battle Creek, as well as Southfield, Michigan. We also go out into the unhoused community, serve the community with care bags. Low-income families, our senior citizens, and our veterans with fresh food baskets each and every day, because no one should choose medication over food. We are here to serve you. Your community is our community, and our community is one community. From our hands to your hand.
This is Transformation Training Academy. If you're someone that people walk up to and just talk to and tell all their business to and they don't know you, this is your sign. If you're ready to level up, Transformation Training Academy is ready for you. Coach Nikki and Counselor Nikki push you past your limits into your purpose. We help you break patterns, build confidence, and create real change. Your breakthrough isn't someday, it's today. Contact us at info@thetransformationtrainingacademy.com.
What's up, everybody? Scott Cologne, District Attorney and candidate for the United States Senate for the great state of Mississippi. I had a great time talking about my campaign with the crew at the Community Connection morning radio show. I'm running because Mississippi matters. Our families are paying more for less, and our rural hospitals are under serious threat. I spent my career fighting for my community, and I'll bring that same fight to Washington. Folks in the Holly Springs area and the worldwide should check out our convo and visit cologneforsenate.com because Mississippi matters.
You're locked in to WKRA 92.7, the voice of the community. And listen, 2026 is all about showing up and shining. That is why we rock with Morningstar Boutique by Tam, where fashion meets confidence, purpose, and style. From everyday chic to head-turning statement pieces to some fly arm candy, Morningstar has it all. And while you're shopping, tap into the community. Discover Black-owned and minority-owned businesses at ourplugs.com. Also, check out morningstarboutiquebytam.com, where your light owns your style.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7, The Change. So, I was looking, and it was only one article that I saw that it was like 3 shots. But when I saw the video or listened to the video, there were more than 3 shots. So y'all people, are y'all upset are y'all upset? Y'all deciding to, I don't know. What y'all doing? They going to the White House and said, look.
Well, I'm gonna need them to get it together because your aim is off or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but they need to get it together.
Amen.
Ain't doing it. I had to talk about something real quick before we break.
Go ahead.
Because this affects probably me. It just irritates my soul, these Decepticons that we dealing with, this fugazi of a government, this fake administration, these criminals. So the Trump administration proposes a government-wide NDAs.
I saw that. What people can't talk. What happened to freedom of speech?
NDAs, y'all. So they may ask all federal employees to sign a non-disclosure agreement in order to prevent leaks to media organizations, according to a draft agreement posted by the OPM. That's the Office of Personnel Management, y'all.
What happened to freedom of speech? I can say what I want to say.
They have lost their rabbit minds. They have lost any kind of brain cell that they have had. It's gone. How you think that's gonna work? How you think you're gonna have every federal employee? Why would that be necessary? What are you hiding? What are you trying to keep out of everybody's so nobody knows what's going on? What are you hiding? You got me all the way. When I say all the way, like Coach Big F. You got me messed up.
Coach Ulysses said, go ahead and Article 15 me right now, because I ain't doing that. I don't blame
What?
him. I can't do it.
Signing a dang on thing.
I just don't.
Because I don't know nothing. Y'all don't pay me enough to know nothing.
First of all, freedom of speech. You should be able to say what you want to say. And if things aren't right, what's wrong with telling the American people that things aren't right? What's wrong with that? You know, he's so worried about ratings. Did you hear about for his birthday party? He wants to do he wants to have like what is it called? MMA fighting on the White House lawn.
He gonna have it. He gonna have it.
I can't stand these people.
I hate him. And then
UFC.
he trying to put everything with monument statues and gold name emblems of him everywhere. Like,
I can't wait till they knock all of it
like
over.
gold member, y'all. Y'all remember gold member? Okay.
Yes. Like he has an infatuation with all that fake, gaudy, ugly gold. You can put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig. Okay. Still a pig. I don't know. You want to bring?
I'm sick of it. I'm tired of talking about him. Mm-hmm. I'm sick of him. I'm tired of him. It's enough.
We've all had enough.
The NDA took me out. I'm done.
Yeah, I read that. And I was done. Hey, sisters.
Hey,
look at y'all faces.
Got them two together.
Why are you looking like that? You blue on. Why are you looking like that, Miss Jack?
Because I'm so sick of him. Like he really he goes out of his way to irritate everybody. Like, why would you want people to sign something for? How transparent? This is supposed to be the party of transparency. That's the lie they told. No transparent people need an NDA. Don't you talk about what you see or what you hear. That's transparent, right? Like, I would write Daffy Duck in front of me. I'm signing Daffy.
Leave us alone. Mickey Mouse.
Minnie Mouse.
That's why I am not mad that I'm taking a break, because every time he turned around, it was something. And it's already certain things in place in the government that tells you things you should say and not say outside of it. Yeah, so you need an NDA. That means you're doing foolishness.
You're doing,
and you don't want people to tell. Yeah, because there's already stuff in there to protect you and the government from certain things. So that's crazy.
We didn't need an NDA in the military. Let me just say that anytime that we went and did anything, we had clearances. We had certain security clearance levels. That means you could only speak to certain people who had this certain level for certain types of information, depending on how high or low the clearance was. That was it. We didn't sign anything that said, hey, you ain't finna tell what you see, right? Like, this is so crooked. Like,
but everything he does is crooked.
Yeah, and they want you to follow their foolishness, because there's a Hatch Act that's been in the government long as I know. I've been in the government 18 years. They had that Hatch Act. You're not supposed to talk about anything about politics at all. And that's all they do. Even in interviews now, they're starting to ask you, what your affiliation is, who you voted for, and stuff like that. And it's like,
that's illegal.
You don't have to follow that, but I got to sign an NDA? No.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, the only thing that should be on a job application should be like, what's your name? Do you want to work? Because if you ask me if I'm telling, the first thing I'm going to say is, well, the president is. What about your religion? You shouldn't talk about religion. The president does. Like, you're not gonna hire me after I'm finished anyway.
They wouldn't hire me anyway.
They just shouldn't even put on there anymore. Because what are rules and regulations now?
There are none.
Exactly.
I'm not a good candidate to be hired for the government at all. I've been cussed out to everybody.
They have questions on there now when you're doing the new applications that kind of hint around to try to tease out who you were with, who you with. And so, but it's on there and they're trying to be conspicuous with, but you know exactly what they're asking. And it's like 10 questions before you even get to finish the rest of the application.
They would look at my face and know that I don't like any of them anyway. So, I'm not even going to waste my time with the government.
It's going to be like I was helping my brother do like a Walmart application a long time ago. These people said, so if you see Billy Bob stealing, what are you going to do?
That ain't got
my brother is like, I ain't got nothing to do with what Billy Bob.
Security job. That's what we like to do.
What you told me to do. My paycheck don't have nothing to do with it. It's like that. Like, so you're pretty much supposed to turn a blind eye to what everybody's doing.
I'm not Karen, and I mind my business. So
my paycheck don't say Shanika and Billy Bob.
And I ain't security. I'm
not top flight security.
Top security of the world.
They can take everything out of Walmart. You can walk past me with this TV.
I see y'all. Have a good day. Thank you for coming. Come on.
Have my check ready on payday. I'm going to keep coming as long as you pay me. You stop paying me, you'll never see me again.
I'm going to have me a walkie-talkie. I think somebody has a TV. You might want to check the front.
They
I'm
walk
not even
right
going to say that.
Me.
I'm going to ask the
people
gonna see walking out. Say, you got a card or something you can drop?
I ain't fighting nobody. I'm
not security like Miss Morningstar said. That's not my job. They don't pay me security pay to watch nobody and do no.
Because what I'm fighting with them people for? They may be real desperate. They may have a pew, or they may have something. I don't know.
But you know what? That goes right along with what I was saying today on my live. What she was saying about the NDA. The president is also making all of the federal agencies have this phone and download this app.
I wish I would.
There's an app and there's like a preloaded text that says Trump greatest president ever. Like that's just a text you send him randomly like.
So Ms. Morningstar, if you still got your government phone, you got to download that app. So you get your
please. Do you know what? Tell me where that's on at, because it's somewhere over there. It's probably dead and I ain't charged.
Exactly.
My employee told me, he said, I text you. I said, well, what number you use? And he told me he used the guy. I said, that's the wrong number.
You don't even have that.
Okay, so good morning, Miss Jack. Good morning, Counselor Nikki. Thank you for joining us this morning. Thank you for contributing to our little conversation about this NDA mess with the man with the black hands. Boy, stop. Anyway, today is our subject is how's your mental health? Caring for everyone else, mental health for nurses. And I think it's it's a great topic we need to get into, especially now that, they would need volunteers at the CDC. Baby, please.
I'm not going to start on that because that would be a whole nother 5 more minutes. I'm not. We should have said mental health for healthcare workers.
For healthcare.
But it's nurse, I think it's Nurse Month for May. So I think that's why nurses.
Nurses Week. Well, it was Nurse Week. A couple, we had Nurses Week. Yeah,
that's why.
So we may as well just go on and get into it and get started, because we can talk about Frumpy and the man and its administration and they silliness all day long, and that's not gonna get us anywhere because they do nothing. They're nothing is happening positive for this country. However, we need to talk about what's helping us, and I know we've got health professionals out there that need to find this, need to hear this information. So who's going to start us off today? Counselor. Yes,
I'm like this. You can't
go that way.
I see, but I see you pointing.
On my screen, it's that way.
Okay, yeah. So we wanted to talk about healthcare workers and nurses, and because again, like you all were saying earlier, a lot of people have gotten fired from their jobs, and they were trying to change nursing as far as who what you needed, who could get money to go to school for it, and all that sort of thing. And yes, so this is a good topic to have. So now with there's already a shortage right now because the baby boomer nurses have started to retire. And because they're retiring, they're having a hard time replacing them, especially after C-19. They accelerated a lot of programs, got a lot of people into the workplace, but then they got burnt out or started to have mental health issues because of C-19 and what they were seeing, and what they had to do with the extra volunteer hours, and they're already working 12-hour shifts. You know what I mean? So that's why I think this is very important to talk about. They said with 34% of healthcare workers reported depression in 2022 and to present, 57% reported symptoms of anxiety. And with nurses, 23% of them were considering leaving the profession entirely because of mental health issues, because they're not getting what they need, and they are a lot of times made to work extra hours. Like they're mandated, like they don't get to say yes or no. If it's a shortage that much and nobody's volunteering, they'll make it so they have to stay, or they'll have consequences. So people were looking to leave. Also, they have a high rate of unaliving themselves as well.
That's sad.
Yeah.
This is right down my field of work. I work with inpatient nursing services, so I'm a supervisor with nurses. And yes, it's a huge shortage right now. We're constantly recruiting. There's a lot of, like you said, baby boomers retiring. We have people coming on, maybe staying for 6 months, and it gets too stressful and they leave. And we're recruiting every day. I have people that are coming on. So yeah, I mean, you got EPA, not EPA, but you have employee assistance programs where they can go and try to get some mental health care. But a lot of nurses are on FMLA because
of the stress.
Yeah. So that means a lot of people are not coming to work. Then a lot of overtime is being worked. People working 56 to 60 hours of overtime. That's crazy.
What?
And they're used to doing that when they're doing
hours. You can, and meaning you eating and sleeping.
At work.
At work. They have rooms inside the hospitals for people doing clinicals, people doing the OJT, what we call it, residency for nurses.
People getting 56
nurses face Nurses face demanding emotional. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, I was just saying, I personally seen it.
I just got one more question, Ms. Jack, before you go on. So 50 to 60 hours, I thought, and maybe I'm wrong, I could be wrong because I'm not in the medical field, but I thought that you could only work X amount of hours a day.
You know what the military told us?
You have to get lunch break. You have to get breaks. So,
but you can do like 8 hours.
You have to mandate breaks.
Yeah.
Breaks.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. We were told that we could work 4 hours a day in the military. 4 hours is all we were required to be off. But like she's saying, breaks, they have to take breaks. And then for them, it's like get an hour here, get 30 minutes here, get whatever, because 60 hours is pretty much it's only what?
And nurses are critical care. So in a lot of our units, like I have critical care units. I have 2 critical care units. I have an MICU and CCU. So they're always on the clock, and it's inpatient is always on the care. You have sitters, you have telesitters, you have people who are sitting with patients in the room with the one-to-ones where they have to be. So yeah, they racking them hours, but it's understaffed. Like right now. And a lot of times we're under such scrutiny with the administration and stuff. It's like the way we have to move is accordingly to, executive orders, different things happening. It's wild.
And that's the part I think that wears on them mentally. You're already dealing with a high stress situation. This, especially like if you're an emergency room nurse, or if you're just the nurse in charge, the charge nurse, you have to like manage everybody and keep a schedule. And it's burnout. It really is burnout. So what we're trying to bring issues to is just the awareness of mental health for nurses. I wrote something down. I said, sometimes we forget to care for those that care for us. Healthcare workers, more specifically nurses, need mental health care as well. They usually go unseen because we usually look to them for care, but we take them for granted. that they have mental stress, and sometimes it's more than what we have. When you go to the hospital, they take a lot of, like, what I was reading up, they get mental abuse, they get verbal abuse from patients
too.
and I promise, and physical was one of them too. And I'm like, I know that I was not meant for this, because me trying to help you, and then you're giving me, I understand you in pain, but you giving me like bad words when I'm really trying to do my job. I may be under stress. I may only have 5 minutes to talk with you, to triage or do whatever, and you're making it difficult, and they have to put up with that because they can't just curse you out. They can't just let their stress vent on you.
Okay.
Gotta be
The way you folks would get cursed out.
The trap house.
And the trap house. I know what you're talking about too, baby.
Come on, Nikki. You know what I'm talking about.
The VA is definitely the trap
house. One time.
We may operate a little bit different.
Yeah, but some places they know they can't afford to lose you, so they give you a little more leeway. Be like, you know what?
Well, you know,
calm it down a little bit, but I got it. I understand.
But Miss Jack, you a veteran, so you understand.
I know
our population. Okay. I had a veteran. This is years ago, so I can say this. I had a veteran. We called him Cadillac. Okay.
Oh,
because he wrote. Remember Cadillac, Nikki?
Yeah, I was just laughing.
In Spider Court. He had an attitude problem, but he was paralytic. He was paralyzed. He had an attitude.
Paraplegic.
Okay. He had an attitude.
He had it.
And I had to tell him one day, you know what, Cadillac, I'm tired of you. Pipe down. And he was like, okay, I got you. But see? That's how you got to talk to them that way. Some of them, that's what they like.
You had to put him in his place so he knows, she's spicy. Let me leave her.
You know, my mama was a nurse, God rest her soul. And she would come home, tell us some stories. And baby, that right there told me all I needed to know. There's no way. There's no way. I like my freedom.
I know I could. My cousin, some of my family members are nurses, and the abuse. She's spicy. Now she is spicy and feisty. She gonna talk back. Like she said they gonna work with me or without me, and I will go somewhere else because I can find a job somewhere else as a nurse.
Now she acting like Rochelle or everybody hates Chris.
Right. She sounds exactly like her. There's some curse words, some spicy words put in there, but you know what I'm saying? But everybody is not like that. Some people don't really speak up for themselves, especially if you have somebody maybe that's timid. If you're timid, I don't know if you need to be a nurse, but some of them are just not as vocal as everybody else. But you have to deal with mental stress and then people treating you disrespectfully and then deal with the pressures of the job. That is a lot mentally. Like people don't think about it. So we look to them so much. We just take it for granted. Go ahead.
Yeah. And a lot of that comes from like that burnout comes from like that moral distress of not having the system being made up the way it is, not having the things that you need in the system that you know you need to get it right, not having the manpower. And then on top of that, dealing with what you're talking about, the mental, physical, stress from the patients who you're seeing, and sometimes the staff, so it's not always just the people that you're seeing. It could be the people you're working with, or maybe leadership who don't understand, or maybe there's a new nurse, who's just starting, and now they got so lax with these programs, they can't even draw blood or do certain things. So the other people have to pick it up still. So you're still not really helping me. I still have some limitations here. And so I'm doing double what I thought I was going to come to work and do every time.
I tip my hat to every nurse.
I do too.
Because they have a hard job.
I always say that it is a special type of person to be able to be, because everybody is not built to be a nurse. Even if you go to nursing school, get your license and become a nurse, that doesn't mean that you're equipped for the job, honestly.
Right.
Because everybody is just simply not. And that's just a fact. But you really have to have patience. You have to have strength. Because, I mean, I see it every day. I'm writing up things daily because of things that happen within the units. So I know what they go through.
I tip my hat. So we need to take a quick commercial break. And nurses out there, let me tell
Shout
you.
out to all my nurses.
Shout out to you guys. But if there's a nurse out there that's tending to the man with the dead hand, do what you got to do. Let's go to commercial break. You are listening to Our Plugs, the community connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break. Said it and I meant it.
Advertising with Our Plugs. The community connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
Welcome to Compassion Counseling and Training Services, LLC, where healing takes flight. I am Nicole Wiley, licensed independent clinical social worker, and we empower children, individuals, families, and couples through individualized therapy via telehealth. Using evidence-based approaches like CBT and mindfulness, we help clients build resilience and rediscover their wings. If you're ready to begin your journey, visit CompassionCounselingAndTrainingServices.com.
Hello, everybody. My name is Monica Meeks. I'm a wife, a mom, and a soldier for life. And I'm running for the 19th Judicial District Circuit Court Clerk for Montgomery and Robertson County in Tennessee. I am so grateful for Our Plug LLC for giving me an opportunity to share my platform and explain why I'm running for office. Early voting is July 17th through August 1st, with the final day of voting on August 6, 2026. I'm an independent candidate, and I appreciate your support.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mara Keller, retired Army Lieutenant Colonel and candidate for Congress in Georgia's 3rd District. Now, I'm running because too many decisions in Washington are being made without listening to the people that they affect, whether it's public safety, veterans care, education, or protecting our constitutional rights. These aren't partisan issues. If you believe our government should work for everyday Americans and not special interests, I invite you to stand with us. Your donations help keep this grassroots campaign people-powered. Every donation fuels our voter outreach, ads, and our shared fight for a better Georgia. Visit marakeller.com to donate today. Let's finally serve the people who send us to Washington. And a huge thanks to DJ Kitty Cat 50 for the energy and the spotlight. Let's keep pushing.
And we are back. Good news, folks. Mara Keller, she won her primary.
Yay!
Yay! I got to send her a message and bring her back on the show. We need to get Scott Collin back on the show. We need to get Mara back on the show. They are doing their big one. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
That's Georgia, right?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Yeah, she said that. I was like,
Oh, Mara, yeah.
Yes, Mara Keller, she won her primary. But let's get back into these nurses now. Back to my ladies and gentlemen that I feel, my heart goes out to you, baby. If you working at Walter Reed, call your girl though.
There
Call
you
me.
some of the factors of burnout, because burnout is probably one of the biggest things that nurses have to really deal with. So one of them is a heavy workload, long shifts. High patient loads and extended shifts reduce recovery time, and that is what they need most, recovery time. We used to do like a shift in the military. It's called staff duty. It was 24-hour duty. You're supposed to stay up for 24 hours a day.
One person?
24 hours, and then they send you home. So you're supposed to stay up for 24 hours and drive home. That is the equivalent of driving drunk. So
why?
It's a 24-hour duty. It's the Army. Nothing made sense. That was just one of the duties that we had, but it was 2 people. So we would still take cat naps while one person would go roam. It's security for the building.
So if you were deployed.
Okay. So
this is not deployed. This was.
No, but I'm saying you got to practice that, because if you're deployed, you don't get to say, I'm tired, I'm going to lay down while we're in the middle of something.
Right.
You got to be able to stay up, and you got to be able to see how you react. Yeah.
Right. while we deploy, we have guard duty where we have to stay up. I know you slept, Freezy. We
I
had
was
to
gonna say,
stay.
you see Preezy. We know he went to sleep.
Everybody slept, but technically you're not supposed to. And it just puts you in that delusional state when
Don't
you
follow
lack
no
sleep.
rules.
So
Yeah.
for nurses, that's one of the problems. The heavy workload cuts down on their recovery time. If I can't recover, then everything is going to be affected. My body is going to be affected. I may not be able to do the snap decisions I need to make, because we know that nursing is a high pressure situation. Take, for example, an ICU nurse or a surgery nurse. You don't have time to be yawning and sleepy and forgetting, what it is, because you haven't had enough recovery time. So that is one of the contributing factors to burnout with the high patient load.
Mm-hmm.
So let me get this straight. You said staying up 24 hours a day. And I am not going to be able to understand why we would have to do that. But
because the building, most military bases, they aren't closed. They're not closed. Right. Somebody is awake every minute of every day. There's somebody on guard, because there's guard duty. We have gate guards. We have building guards. We have CQ, which are the barracks. There's somebody at the barracks that are watching the soldiers. They're on a desk. The main buildings have staff duty, which is the battalion or with all the high. The military does not sleep.
Yeah, and then you have the BHOs who have to be there if somebody needs to talk to them for their mental health. So everybody's kind of moving all the time.
Okay, because we have soldiers who might get caught up in the middle of the night doing something stupid. So they got to be able to call somebody, and staff duty is that somebody. There you go. Go ahead, Miss Morningstar.
Go ahead, Miss Morningstar.
Who gave y'all these pictures?
Miss Morningstar, you're on mute, and
I just talk.
I have a question from the comments. So to the comments, Coach Ulysses said they always had someone doing what was it called? Red cycle. What is that? What is
I don't know what red cycle soldiers. He may have been like he'll answer it in a second, but he said they always doing something. It may just be the new soldiers. It may be the soldiers that just got out of training. They may call them red cycle. They didn't call them red cycle.
I'm like, is they on the red bike?
Put it like this. It's just like when you send your children to college. They're potentially 18, 19 years old. Mm-hmm. We send them to the military like that. We get them 17, 18, 19. They do dumb things. So on the weekends, we always give a safety briefing. We don't give that for no reason. We have a briefing on the weekend before we send them off to the weekend to fend for themselves. We tell them, look, if you drink, don't drive. If you do drink and have to get a call us.
Okay.
So Coach Ulysses answered. And that's exactly what Miss Jeff was saying,
Yeah. So somebody's always got to be there
to watch the kids.
A call and to be in charge. So
I hate that picture.
With their hair bonnet on and they belt.
Right. Who made these?
And then sometimes people have a mental health crisis in the middle of the night.
That's true. So there's always somebody on call. So that military, we have burnout too. It is different than nurses. Another contributing factor, emotional exposure, which I am an empath. This is one of the reasons I know I could not be a nurse. They have emotional exposure. Frequent contact with suffering, trauma, or conflict contributes to cumulative stress. Being around trauma and people potentially passing away and seeing people in different states of trauma, I wouldn't make it 10
that's really
seconds. Okay. But you imagine you go there one day for like an hour and you see the commotion, the movement of everybody running at 100 miles an hour. That's just an hour that you spent. They do this every single day. There's no way to get that out of your mind. You got to
imagine when you hear those codes being called over the announcement.
Yes, that's a perfect picture.
That's when you see all of them run. No matter, I mean, they could be walking in the hall having a conversation when the code hit, everybody going.
Yeah. Go on TikTok and search nurse run or doctors and nurses running, and you will see a compilation of them because they drop everything.
Because they're saving lives. And
yes, it is serious to them. So imagine that being an everyday situation. You know, that's going to take a toll on your mental. People, they are still human. You got to understand, nurses and doctors, they are still human at the end of the day. Yes, they've been trained to do this and to be in these situations, but at the end of the day, they have hearts, they have feelings, and they have all of that in their head every day. We could kind of shake off some of the things that we see. We see stuff maybe once every blue moon. They see it all the time. So that is a contributing factor of burnout.
And if you think about like C-19 too, the grief that people are carrying, because everybody did not retire. Some people are still working. And think about they have teams that go when they have these crisis calls or these codes. So it's not just nurses. So that's why we want to say healthcare workers too, because the whole team is going. So think about during C-19 what they saw, and having people in certain areas that were no longer with us, and they're just in there, and you got to move on. You can't even deal with the fact that this just happened. I got to go to the next person. Right. And so long rates of burnout and extreme stress, long periods can lead to cardiovascular issues and other health issues too for nurses. So they have a higher issue of some of those things for carrying that prolonged stress, on their body. Right. So they have chronic pain, sleep disorders, obesity, substance use disorders, along with mental health.
Yeah.
So what would you recommend for nurses who are going through that? What would you recommend for those nurses to do?
I wrote down some tips of my own. One is to take a break and vacation.
No, that's right.
And I know it would be hard because sometimes they are so busy and they are short-staffed. So you feel like, because a lot of people feel like I'm letting them down. I know they need me. They have that guilt, but you have to do it or you're going to be on the floor. You can't help nobody if you're in a bed next to them. Go ahead, Ms. Morningstar.
No, I was going to say they do earn that PTO time. So they get a lot of PTO time for that reason. So they take their time, and I ain't mad at them when they take they 2 weeks. Some take 2 weeks. I mean, you got to. You got to recharge.
Yeah.
And anyone tells you shouldn't, you need to make sure that they understand that you got every right to take your break. You got every right in the world. Take your breaks, our healthcare professionals. Take them breaks. Go ahead, Counselor Nikki.
Well, one of the things I was going to add is you have to first be aware that this is happening to you. You got to name it so that you can go off and be great without feeling guilty. You got to know this is going on, and I need to take care of myself, and I need to seek some support wherever that means. If I need to get a therapist, if I need to go on vacation, whatever I can afford to do right now, I need to do something to take care of myself. So setting some boundaries. I just work, my 4 12-hour shifts. I can't. Do not call me. I'm not answering my phone. Do like Miss Jack says, and you got fired on Friday. Don't answer the phone again until you're supposed to go back in there.
On your way to work Monday, unfire yourself, sign back up.
Because you're gonna make mistakes, and it's only gonna tear your body down. It's gonna tear down your relationships that you have with other people because you're gonna be tired and agitated. Yeah. So seek support, set boundaries, practice some breathing. If you can get 5 minutes away at work, go take your 5 minutes with some breathing in. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. You got to take your break.
Understand, for nurses, understand that you have a limit. You are not superhuman. Even if you're the best nurse those people have ever seen. and you take care of everything, and you can micromanage, and you can regular manage, and you can do you are not superhuman. You have to understand that. You have to tell people that. Because if you have people that are used to coming to you for everything, then your own load, you're going to try to do all of that. And you're going to have a situation where you cannot. So your life, your job is life or death. You can't, like Nikki said, you don't have the luxury of making mistakes, because it can actually cost somebody their lives.
Absolutely.
Also, you have to speak up for yourself and your fellow nurses to at least be heard, because sometimes they may brush it under the rug, or just put it to the side and feel like it's not an important issue, or say you never said that, especially when you get to the point where you are standing in a room screaming because nobody listening to you, because that has happened. Speak up and say, hey,
and I want people to remember that
giving us too many things at one time.
Go ahead. Was that you, Miss Morningstar? Or was
she was
that
talking to somebody else?
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Maintain your morality, your dignity, your objectivity, and your non-partiality. Those are things that you're going to have to try to maintain the entire time that you are a nurse, because you're going to see situations that you may not agree with morally, but it still has to be done, so that you don't have that confliction in your head. I don't know if I did the right thing, and that wears on you as well. And then the last one is shake off the shift. Shake it off. When you go home, forget that you had that job. Try your hardest to turn your phone off and not be on call, because if you take the job home with you, you're never disconnecting. You have never left that job. But as soon as you leave, or if you pass away, then people replacing you that quick. Okay.
And they'll do it without even thinking about it, and then you'll be looking at them like, y'all ain't even think about, I mean, it takes them nothing to replace you. So you take your breaks, baby. Seek your breaks and seek therapy. It is important.
And I do therapy with a lot of nurses, and one of the things that we talk about often that I think is really important is a sleep schedule, for a routine, because with nursing, you're going to work different shifts. Some days you're night shift, sometimes your day shift. So I talk about getting like blackout curtains and making a routine. So your body knows, when I start to do this, it's time for bed. No matter what time it is, if it's daytime or nighttime, when I start to do these things, it's time for bed. So a good sleep routine is important because of the changes in shifts and stuff like that. And then also I tell them, as soon as you're done with your shift and you get in the car, you need to have some type of soothing music or some type of music to bring you out of whatever you just went through for your ride home, to get you into that moment of, okay, I'm done with that. Like you said, like you're shaking it off. You're coming out of there and you're just wiping all that off. But do some sort of routine that helps you to do that.
Right. You're going to have to find some kind of way to fit in your meditation, your relaxation, your exercises, a lot of nurses are on the run a lot. So physical fitness may not be an issue because it's a high-paced situation. But when you need to relax, your body is not used to relaxing. So you got
I want to say this too. I want to put this out there. Nurses have families as well. So a lot of them have children of school age, husbands, wives, partners. So they have a whole life outside of that hospital or clinic they work at. And they have to go home and be mommy. They have to go home and be a wife, a husband, a spouse. They have to be a grandparent or whatever their responsibility is there. So we got to give grace, and they got to offer them grace too, because they are real people. Like we said, they save lives, but they are real people at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
When you work with people that don't, it's harder to make them see that my whole life is not being a nurse. You may need me to switch shifts with you. I cannot, because I have to go home. I am a mommy. I am a daddy. I have other things going on, which is another reason why you need to prioritize your time off. And I'm saying this, but I know it's hard. I know we were already talking about people working 60 hours it is a hard thing to do. So like Ms. Morningstar said, hats off to anybody that even takes the step to become a nurse, because you pretty much give up a lot of your life just going through the school, the courses, and then residency, and then you have to have an understanding family. You have to have a lot of talks with your family, because you're going to miss some things. You have a high pressure job where you may not be able to make recitals, you may not be able to. So it's more important that when you can make it, you go to it. Also, sleep and rest. You have to rest. You have to rest. For organizations and nursing leadership, so if you're in leadership, some tips for you is to brief your teams or do huddles early enough for signs of strain. You should know your team. As a leader, military, we had to know our squad. So you should know when you have changes. You should know when somebody looks like they're getting burned out, and you should know how to manage that. Normalize mental health conversations. Leaders who speak openly reduce stigma, and it encourages dialogue. If you speak openly about, hey, I think I see some things going on, it helps other people say, you know what, hey, I haven't been wanting to say anything, but since you're talking about it, this is what I see that is causing me mental stress. Maybe they'll speak up about it. It improved workflow and staffing. Make sure you have safe patient ratios, reliable breaks, and manageable workloads. That is easier said than done. You cannot guesstimate how many patients you're going to have. It's like working in an emergency room. They're going to come and they're going to go. But if you can schedule things, then schedule them so that you're not putting as much on one than you're putting on the other. We love our hard charges. In the military, that means we love the ones that do the work without even asking, and they work hard at what they do. But you can't put more on one, because you know they're going to get the job done. You have to spread it out, because that will burn out that one person. Yeah. And then strengthen your workplace culture. Address incivility, bullying, or dismissive behavior promptly. There is a lot of bullying that goes on. Bullying. About it. My cousin was telling me they have nurse bullying.
Yes.
Yeah. As wild as that sounds. She said this.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That is a thing. That is
it's kind of slick.
It is not just bullying, honey. It's full blown fist fights.
Mm-hmm.
Fist fights.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Chairs throwing.
9/11.
And it starts somewhere.
It goes down in the trap house.
In the trap house, it goes down with the gossiping, and it goes down with people not taking their fair load and doing their job correctly, or pushing stuff off to other people. And it starts there, and then they start talking about it, and then somebody gets bullied. The next day, it's a fight.
Yeah. And what you were describing too, Ms. Jack, about the leadership, that's called trauma-informed leadership for nurses. Like being aware of all those things and, showing that compassion, showing them how to, be open and talk about things. But that definitely is real.
So is there like I've been in corporate America all my life. I know nothing about the medical field except taking my mama back and forth to the doctor, taking my daddy, my families, back and forth to the doctor. Is there like a morning huddle and everybody's, in my mind, if I go to the hospital, I want everybody on the same team. I would prefer not to have to be laid out and the nurses are in the hallway fighting.
Well, they have schedules. They set schedules. They have care teams. They have meetings in the morning. I know my husband has care meetings with his therapist, because he's a physical therapist. So they go.
So we have morning huddles. Yeah, we have morning huddles. Everybody has
bullying about.
But people, just think about it. Let me just say this: they regular people. People beef. Yeah. People beef.
And they've been there all their life. They've been there all day. They're agitated.
Like the way she talked to me earlier when I had to do this patient. You was disrespectful. I mean, it could be very catty at sometimes. But these people work around each other all the time. I mean, they do switch shifts. You have like a morning shift, you have a mid shift, you have a night shift.
So they get on each other's nerves.
Yeah. And
look what Coach wrote. He's so right. He's so right. Like the soldiers used to fist fight. Like when you're around each other, like Miss Morningstar said, you can't get away. In the barracks, we all live here. Y'all live here, just different rooms. You're gonna see me, you're gonna work with me, you're gonna train with me, you're gonna eat with me, you're gonna see me all day. So if you got beef, we need to go ahead and air it out because you can't get away from me. And then for nurses, again, it's everything combined with the stress of being a nurse, somebody being mouthy, because people don't understand certain words trigger people. Certain behavior triggers people, especially if I've already talked to you about the behavior. If I've already talked to you about your patient care and you're still not doing it, we may have a beef.
Right.
We may have a beef.
We got some people who think they the boss, but they ain't the boss. You know what I'm saying?
Those type of people.
Oh, we got some Karens on the crew.
You think you the boss, but you ain't the boss. You know, sometimes you get people that try to tell you what you ain't doing right, but you just on my level. You on the same level I'm on. So
or lower.
It could be frustrating or lower. It could be frustrating to some people.
And then you don't have what you need on top of that to do your job. So
that part.
All that's just coming together in a bad way.
And you sleepy. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm sleepy.
And you sleep deprived, and you ain't had a shower in 26
and I'm hungry.
No.
How many hours you ain't watched your body, girl?
Because you think about it. If you're working 18-hour shifts, then you go home and you're a parent. You got to do this for the kids. You may have to cook. You may have to do. It may be that time when you finally get a shower. It may be hours after that. So you know what I'm saying? Like this is what it is. You sign up for that though. They know these things, but it doesn't make it easier. So I think Nikki hit on this earlier. Nurses and physicians have a higher risk of suicide. So please get therapy. Yes, they do. And I didn't realize that till I was researching it. And I thought about it and I said, I can see why. You know, you have people's lives in your hands. So imagine you feel like you did everything you could and you let them down, they passed away, and you're holding on to that guilt. I would not make it.
And not to mention, depending on where you work, you could be blamed for it, even if it, you might not have support from leadership. And
investigation.
It might go into investigation, and your name's all attached to it. So not only do I feel bad that this happened, but I know I did everything I was supposed to do. I may not have had the things I needed, and this still happened, and now they're looking at me.
And I feel so horrible because I can't change it. A family member lost their family member, and it's my fault. Oh no, I can't have that.
It's really nobody's fault. You know, when a person passes, that in my mind, unless it's negligence.
Yeah.
We do negligence.
That happens too.
And I just feel for, I want to end, because we're at the end of the show, I want to end on a positive note, okay? I want our nurses to know that our medical staff, to know that you are appreciated. You may not have heard that today, but hear it from Our Plugs, the Community Connection. You are appreciated every time you show up and you go into that into your hospital and you are doing the best that you can. You are appreciated. And as far as bullying, baby, I'm a great component of 911. If it gets too harsh, or meet me outside. Either way, I'm okay with it. So we're right at the end of the show. This was a really informative show because there's something that, I've been in corporate America all my life, so I don't know anything about the medical field except what
I can tell you a lot. If you ever want to know, you can ask.
Baby, I tip my hat to y'all, for real. I really and truly do.
That's why I'm an administrator. I mean, I administrate stuff. Okay.
Yeah. No, I administrate stuff.
I administrate.
Right.
I don't like. No.
Yes.
So thank you, ladies, for the information. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I heard you say you said nurses, but then you said healthcare workers, because it's everybody, like you said. It's the NAs, the nursing assistants don't get enough credit. They do a lot of work. They put in work too. LPNs,
everybody,
RNs, LPNs,
janitor,
everybody.
Yeah, the people who clean, who gotta clean,
the EMS, all of that. It takes a village to run an effective medical care center. Medical
Yeah.
center.
Yeah.
Everybody got to do their part.
Everybody has to do their part. And this administration, we waiting on the man with the. Anyway, let me. I digress because I want the nurses from Walter Reed to call your girl. Any last words,
Jack.
Counselor Nikki? Because this was very informative, and hats off to you guys for doing the research. Go ahead, Counselor Nikki.
I think the one thing I want nurses to hear is that you deserve the same compassion that you give the patients that walk into your lives and through your doors. Give yourself that same care and that same compassion.
I agree. Miss Jack, any last words?
Be nice to your nurses. Understand that they are human beings first. Treat them as such. They go through a lot.
They do. And they're there to help. So be nice, baby. Imagine walking in and being ugly to somebody and you got to leave your loved one there. Baby, please don't do that.
They got to give you a shot.
Or make sure that you wake up in the morning. Miss Morningstar, can you please take us home?
Oh, I surely can. This was a great discussion. We giving homage to our healthcare providers. Thank you to all of you, NAs, nurses, LPNs, RNs, EMS, administrators, everybody out here who takes care of our patients, okay? When we get sick, thank you, okay, for all you do, because we appreciate you. And with that being said, let's keep it going, y'all. Tomorrow will be Political Tea with Duce and DJ. So y'all make sure y'all come back at 9 a.m. Memphis, Tennessee, Holly Springs, Mississippi. We thank you, as always, for coming through and watching the show. And we will be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure you're here. TikTok, thank you for all your taps, loves, and support. Instagram and Facebook, thank you all for joining in. We'll see y'all tomorrow.